Okay, so I have, I guess you would call it a rant, a mini rant, um, and it is about Red Ribbon Week. This week at our public schools, I don't know if this is a nationwide thing. I don't know if every public school in the USA does it the same week. I don't know, because this is my first year with kids in public school. But I am familiar with what Red Ribbon Week is. It's, don't do drugs, just say no to drugs. So anyways, this is Red Ribbon Week. And I guess my rant is that my kindergartner and my second grader are having a whole week of being told just say no to drugs. So now I have to explain what drugs are. And, we live in a decent neighborhood, and so far no one has offered my kindergartner crack on the corner. And so I'm in kind of this awkward position of she's having a week of education of just say no to drugs, so now I have to explain to a 5-year-old what drugs are. And I'm not against the Just Say No program. There are a lot of kids who do need to be educated and on how to say no to drugs and whatever. But I really feel like elementary school is not the place to do it. Now, as far as I know, there isn't an epidemic of 5-year-old crackheads. There isn't an epidemic of second graders snorting coke. And so, shooting up heroin, I would think that would be at least 5th grade, right? So, I think that it's probably a great program for middle schools, junior highs, whatever your town calls them. But when you live in a city like mine, my 6th grader is being educated on drugs. He's kind of like, what's going on here? So anyways, this is in no way, shape, or form is this a knock against teachers and the job that they're doing. My kids have fabulous teachers. I can't tell you how great they are. They're wonderful. My kids love them. They're great people. Every dealing that I've had with them has been good. Every dealing that I've had with the schools have been good. So it's not a knock against the teachers or even a knock against the public school system. Because I feel like a lot of what they do is kind of dictated to them by, I don't know who it is, but some other higher power in the education system. But I am a little frustrated that my kindergartner and second grader are being educated about saying no to drugs when I really don't think that's an epidemic that our nation is facing, and it definitely isn't an epidemic that my small town in Texas is facing. So, and maybe this is, I don't know what you want to call it, my privilege coming out. Maybe there are kids all over the United States that are needing this kind of education. But if that's the case, then wonderful. Give it to them. Teach them how to say no to drugs. Although my take on drug, that's just a different rant right there. But my little small town is not dealing with this. It's not any kind of an issue for kids in our elementary schools around here. And so whatever powers that be are dictating that my 5-year-old needs to be taught about drugs is frustrating to me. And to me, that's a flaw in the system. But once again, I want to reiterate, not a knock on any teachers that I know. All the teachers that my kids have and that I know personally as friends are fabulous and great and doing a great job and really care about kids. And but maybe it's just me. I'd love to hear your opinion on it, and if you think that I'm wrong and that kindergartners and second graders should be educated. But I like to preserve innocence, especially when a child, and I understand that not all kids are able to grow up with the kind of childhood they should have, and they're not sheltered from the things that they should be sheltered from. And they learn about a lot, they see a lot of things and learn a lot of things way my battery's about to die. way before their time. But in general, I don't think that drugs is one of those things that our city is dealing with elementary school kids. But I would like to hear your thoughts, see if you agree, see if you disagree. I mean, I think, some would argue that it's never too early to start educating. Well, okay, so anyways, I would like to hear your thoughts. And I'm not mad. I'm just a little frustrated because it would be nice not to have this conversation with a 5-year-old right now. At least a 5-year-old that definitely is not going to be exposed to anything like that for many, many years, if then. So, anyways, rant over, and call me out if you think I'm wrong. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not made of glass, and feelings don't get hurt that easy. And plus, I like to hear different opinions. So, although nobody just go total devil's advocate on me. That's not cool. But, those are just my thoughts on Red Ribbon Week and why I'm a little frustrated.